What's up guys, MrGimms back again, and today I want to talk about DCs, and this is sort of like a carry-on conversation, not to demerit Coconut's add-on to Scott Junn's conversation about what's toxic in Dead by Daylight. Is it survivors? Is it killers? What's the more toxic side? And while I disagree with most of Scott Junn's points, and I feel he definitely neglects to mention certain aspects of the game that can be severely toxic. For instance, at the end he said, like, oh, you don't need to subject yourself to being teabagged at the gate. You can just open the hatch and wait. So the answer to that is wait for 2 minutes. I just didn't get that. But, you know, Coconut raised some good points as well, definitely on what's toxic in behavior in Dead by Daylight. And yeah, I'm not trying to demerit from any of those conversations. I'm just, you know, putting in my 2 cents. And what I believe is the absolute toxic thing you can do in Dead by Daylight is DCing. And this wasn't mentioned at all on either side. And this might be for the fact that maybe they don't feel it's toxic, and that's fine as well. But personally for me, on Survivor and Killer side, I can feel this is very toxic. But before we get started, guys, I really want to quickly touch on this. Obviously, I've got a lot of people to thank for my career as a streamer. True Talent has sent some traffic my way. Jay has certainly helped send some traffic my way. He's pretty much helped me get to 10K. I really appreciate it. My content is upped since then because I got a motivational boost again. So thank you to True and Jay for that. They're top guys, the both of them. And I can't say anything. I can't say a bad thing about any of them. But I'd like to pass the torch to people that I think deserve some love, and Dilly Dragon Gaming is one of them. He's a hag main. He's got some great tips and tricks about the game. He understands how the game works. He's been a long time player. I did give him a shout out earlier on stream, but I don't think it was enough. My boy's goal here is 1,000 subs, and he's been trying to get this through COVID, and he's been supporting a family on his own, and he's been doing... It's been hard times for a lot of people, but Dilly, it's been hard times for him through COVID as well, and this is his dream. Guys, can you please at least give him a watch? Just give something a watch. Watch one of his videos. See if it's for you. See if you find him funny. I think he is. I think he's very quirky. I quite like him. Can we get this guy to 1,000? It would make me feel so good. It would make him feel 10 times more amazing. You'd be making a guy's day, and I think in this, the way this year has been, man, I think we can do that for him. And the second guy, if you guys have never heard of this guy, Glory Geist, you may have seen him around on my Discord and my streams lately, but it turns out he's an epic dude. He's really nice. He makes me laugh quite a bit on stream. He's got a great attitude. He's got perseverance. He wants to make it on the red brand. And yeah, go give this guy a watch as well. Glory Geist on YouTube. He sends love as well. He sent some love to Dilly Dragon, which I really appreciate. He sends love to me the other day. He's just very humble dude. Please go give him a sub as well. Get my boy to 10K as well. God, he's not far behind me now. Jesus Christ. Get in, son. Now, this is coming from a man who's never DC'd from a single game. So obviously there's a little bit of an ego here. I'm happy to admit that. I just feel that, I mean, a lot of you on stream know how I feel about this, but I just feel that DCing is giving up. I don't like giving up. I like to try no matter what. Even in the hardest matches that I'll have, you guys have seen on my stream that I still try my hardest, Survivor and Killer, because I play a lot of solo Survivor as well, and if I give up, that means that there's 3 randoms or 3 in a group or whatever that have to deal with a killer now, and the game is that much harder for them, and that's why it really pisses me off. But anyway, let's go through it, my thoughts and feelings, what I think about it. But yeah, DCs for me are the most toxic thing you can do because I think I care about people too much. I know that might be a surprise to people, but let me explain. So when you DC, you're effectively destroying the game for 4 other people. I'm talking about a survivor. So I throw an iridescent hatchet at a survivor. This is the rework, by the way, so it's not that strong anyway. And it insta-downs them and then they DC. This is all within the first 30 seconds of the game. To me, that makes you a twat. I think you're a weak human being. You don't want to play with this sort of, you don't want to play this sort of match. You don't want to waste your time. Your time is more valuable than the other people, so you have opted to DC. And of course, there's no DC penalty right now, so why not, right? If you have that mentality, you're just going to keep doing it throughout this entire process. God knows when they turn it back on. So that's my problem on the Survivor side. Killer, yeah, it's kind of stupid. You could be having a great game. It's less of a problem on Killer side, but you could be having a great game and then the Killer DCs and you're just like, oh, okay, well, the only thing I ever say in those situations is the Killer's never going to get better at the Killer if they DC after one bad chase or whatever. It's just kind of superfluous. I don't understand. You do need to keep training and get better. Like, it's just what you have to do. But the DC button has never been an option for me personally, so that's my thoughts on that so far. I've had a couple of conversations on Discord, on YouTube, and Twitter as well about this, and we did a poll as well. I'm going to bring that up in a section, but there's a massive consensus of people that believe that I DC in a match when I don't feel like playing against a killer, a map, or whatever the case. I just DC because my time's more valuable. And I tried to communicate to these group of people and saying, like, you know, if that's 15 minutes of a game. Like, people work an 8-hour shift in jobs they don't want to work in sometimes. You know, that's a fact of life. But you're going to DC and ruin these people's experience. And then it was bolstered because they were just like, oh, that's even more reason to give up because I work and I don't want to have to waste my precious 15 minutes. And I just think that's such inward thinking, man. I don't understand why people have that mentality. It just doesn't gel with me. It's like, for me personally, I mean, I'm not the most toxic, terrible killer in the world, I guess, but I don't want to ruin people's experiences with this game. I want to bolster them. I want people to feel good about it. And if they outplay me, they outplay me. Fucking who cares? What is the go? Like, it's just weak behavior DCing, and it makes me think that you only care about yourself. And there's nothing that I can see from these conversations that can prove otherwise. I don't get it. Some of them said, like, oh, I've spent money on this game, so it's my right. Like, oh, fuck you, dude. Like, I bought a car. Does that give me my right to run over people? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, just some of the mentality of these people. For me personally, it doesn't gel. All right, so we did do a poll though on YouTube. It was, is DCing in a game of DBD bad? It's supposed to be bad. I corrected it here. What's your reason? This has been going for, I think it's like nearly 2 days. It's saying 1 day, but it's nearly 2 days. How many votes? I haven't looked at this. We got 2.2k votes. That's really good. That's a really good pool. And I haven't had a look at this since last night, so I'm going to be doing this sort of live with you guys the way GimmsRant usually is. 46% of my community, and it might be others as well, like you can't really confirm by that, are saying I never DC. And I'm really proud of that, man. I'm really honestly proud of that. That kind of makes sense as well. I DC when I'm not having fun, 23%. By the way, for those of you who did vote all this stuff, thank you for your honesty, because that's what makes these better. So thank you for that. I DC when I'm not having fun. I mean, I totally disagree with this one. I think it's absolute nonsense, but like, you get blood points. Why DC? Do you know what I mean? Dodge playing against a certain killer map, 7%. You know what? I'd expect that to be 23% because a lot of people in the conversations down below have certainly said they do that. So that's weird. Tunneled or camp, 14%. Yeah, I want to raise a point. I was talking to my wife 2 nights ago, and like I asked her to make a vote because she used to play the game as well. And I said, what would you give up on? Like, what would you DC for? And she honestly said tunneled or camped. She said, so say I'm in a chase straight away in the match. I get hooked and then I'm face camped. I'm going to DC. See, for me, and this is stupid, I think, maybe. I think so. For me, I want to stay in the game to give, and this is solo, by the way, I want to give the opportunity to my team to get out and do gens. But at the same time, Kim is right. Like, it's not fun for her. It's over. There's maybe a very small chance that you're going to get out of this alive. I don't know. I kind of see the reasoning behind it. I wouldn't do it personally, but I definitely get the reasoning behind it. So then we started talking about things like, oh, people who do that, who get hooked, stay on the hook till death, because it's a boring game. I think we can all admit that. Should be awarded with like a martyrdom, like a martyr. a reward where you literally just pip. You pip for it. So the killer's not getting anything out of it because he knows you're getting points for it. And your team managed to do enough gens to probably get out, maybe, if you can be really efficient. I think that's a really cool idea because it would definitely maybe dissuade the killer. I don't know if it'd work, but it will certainly give points to the person given their life for the rest of the team. I think that'd be a really good idea. Let us know what you guys think of that. But I totally get the reason why she'd DC, because it's not fun. You're hanging on a hook and you're pressing spacebar every 30 seconds or whatever. Boring. Other reason for DCing, leave a comment. A couple of people had a different things for that. But yeah, this worked out to be pretty good. It was a shit ton of comments. How many comments have I got now? 272. I am going to go through this after this video as well, just to sort of get a general sense of what you guys have all been saying. But thank you all for sharing. I've tried to read as much as I can, but it does get hard, especially with how busy I am lately. But yeah, it's just, I think DCing ultimately for me is the most toxic thing you can do. It proves you just can't hack it. It proves that you don't want to get better. And it also proves that you're a little bit one-dimensional and you're a very inward-thinking person. And it doesn't gel with me personally. I do think DC penalties do need to return. I think this game is in a really horrible mess at the moment. However, I also do understand why it's off because of, console crashes and things like that. And you can't help that. And that's really stupid. But as soon as that's all sorted and the game is optimized, hopefully next Tuesday, hopefully we're going to have less of that and we can turn this back on. And hopefully console's back where it needs to be, which is on top. But, I just wanted to add to the conversation, guys, because I think DCing is the most scummy thing you can do in the game, and it pisses me off to this day. And like sometimes it can be comical, like you down them in the first 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or whatever, and then they DC. You're just like, what the fuck is the point? But honestly, a lot of people are feeling this. A lot of people are saying the same things as I am, as they haven't had a real match of DBD in weeks. It's because in most matches there's a DC now, and that's probably not a good stat. It's just not fun. It's not fun. It ruins it for everyone else. And yeah, I just think it makes a person a douche, personally. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Let us know down in the comments below. Do you guys think DCing is the worst thing in Dead by Daylight? Do you think it's the most toxic thing you can do? Or do you agree with Scott Jund and or Space Coconut that Survivor or Killer are the more toxic? They have the most toxic parts of the game. I don't know, man. I think there's toxicity everywhere. But at the end of the day, DCing just ticks me off. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. And you want to see more, don't forget to join my Discord to join the amazing community over there. And also follow me on Twitter. We're on the road to 600 followers, and I stay pretty active on there as well. But anyway, guys, love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.